And yes, all votes matter. Two Molting Imps, two Vinegrass, and a Battering Ram. Plated Seal Daedalus, Rage Fell, Sap Seraph. We are playing as Chad with Root Seeds. You got a new paint shaker showing up. Is this for the pots of paints for minis? Okay. Sketches is there, but we're on our way towards streaking, so let's make the good choice. It's for nail polish, but fits mini pots. Nice. I mean, we could take or the good champ. Mrs. Chroma asked why there was a receipt for a nail polish thing in her email, because it's her Amazon account. Wait, Mrs. Chromo's got an Amazon account? Did you know Mrs. Chromo could link her Amazon account to Real Chromo's Twitch account, and you wouldn't have to beg for a gift sub every month? We do not have Prime? You should gift her Prime. That way she could watch all the Amazon Prime videos at her viewing discretion / pleasure or whatever. Is 10 armor a thing? 10 armor's kind of a thing. Not really. Maybe. That's right, gift her the gift. Oh, wow. These guys suck so much. That's good. I've rage 2, but it'll go down to rage 1. Which will only be worth 2 attack, and then he'll hit me and I'll be on rage 3. Which is worth 6, so 27. So we're not hitting that target. I'm going to ping that guy. So a Molting Imp kills him. Pretty sure that's how it would have gone down anyway. Uh-oh. Okay, we're gonna need to Vinegrass that guy, I think. These guys are terrible. Oh yeah, any Vinegrass means we get the kill on him, which is worth a lot more armor. So I wonder if I should be doing that instead of killing him. I shouldn't be doing that instead of killing him. I should be pumping Champ up. 6 from the trial's not bad. I'm pretty sure we would take 6 anyway, trial or no trial. Ritual versus Hidden Passage. Both good. Take Hidden Passage. Let's skip there. Oh, wow. Okay. We didn't take a Ritual of Battle, which makes me sad. Yeah, Brute's really strong. Double summon Hollow. Gain 120 max health. Yeah, I know, right? It's so dumb. We have a grand total of 0 heals. The question is, what do we do here? Rage is worth a lot on the big boy. Oh, on the deranged boy, I should say. I don't want to make him quick. Quick can be interesting early to get to weaken some guys. Yeah. That's a tough call. I don't think we want a unit draft here. I'm trying to think of what unit I want, and I can't think of any. Another deranged brute. Collect the top, please. And it's so much damage. Like, how we... Like, Brute Rage is so strong. So strong. Those 2 spikes are gonna hurt him more than they hurt us. This is tough. Fledgling Imp is 6 rage to units, which at the moment is 30 damage. To each of them. That is strong. We can dupe a card. Or what upgrades do you really want for Deranged Brutes? I mean, you could go multi, I guess. In this situation. And then he cleans up the double heavies. We need Rage Imp for... we need Molting Imp for backline. And Champ gets armor off the front guy. Champ just doesn't get a lot of armor like that. The problem here is, like, with Shade Wings, without spikes, Champ's not getting... Even if Champ has Trample, you're still losing effective hit points from the Shade Wings. So you're better off killing them. It's only the Light Wings that are worth 10 hit points. Although when you've got double Gilded Wings, if you can kill them both, you take 20, you gain 50, right? Whereas right now, you take 20, you gain 25. So it's not a big... We'll need to find our own armor gain as well. We do have the possibility of spikes, so it's always a deal. In which case, then it doesn't matter if Thing doesn't have multi. But I think without it, you do want the multi, otherwise, what are you doing? The other option is, like, get multi on him, dupe him, and lift one up behind, so you have 2. Because you're probably only lasting 1 or 2 turns against Seraph. So you just need to pump out, a couple thousand damage a turn. And multiple brutes is definitely a way of doing that. I think I should have given him the Rage 7. Do I reroll for a Rage 7? Yeah, I don't know if I can afford an Endless on the Rage Imp, though. Endless on Rage Imp is also good because with the double heavies, it blocks one of them on champ. So you're not taking that 10 damage, but you're killing the first heavy and you're getting the 20 like we're talking after fell, and you're getting the 25 armor, so you do get a bit more armor up. There's also Endless on the Molting Imp to kill off all the Shade Wings. I mean, and as always, there's a Transcend Imp option, right? So I actually don't want to kill any of these. Because we kill them all now, and we get 6 individual one-hits, which is 6 rage pops. Which I could kill them here. We can just bust a nut into Daedalus. Except we want the armor off one of them at least. It's only +4. Is it worth hitting 2 of them so it's +6? Phrasing? Calculated. We kill everything else. Like, everything else on the train is dead. It's just how much... I don't think we're going to have a lot of time against Daedalus because the 10 armor gain's not a lot. Especially on Explodey when you're looking at sort of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. You're only sort of gaining 2, 3. So getting damage into Daedalus is really important. I should have played him on the bottom. Because I think he kills one of these, right? No, they're 3s, okay. probably don't need these one hits. I probably could have killed them off. I think we're going to be okay here. Yeah, not even close. Right? You can definitely lose that fight though if you... Oh, hello. Hey, Vado, I'm doing well. How about you? Space seems important. That's only if you definitely want to set up top. We have Ragefell, so we could possibly go middle or... Ragefell's got a sweeper. So we could just be screwed. Finish your first class about Engineer of Sound. Nice. How'd you go with that? Did you enjoy it? I mean, we've got a hidden passage, so we could always just, like, lift the idiot, right? It's such a pain in the butt, though. I don't think it's energy. So you could take draw, so we get to stuff quicker. We have... What do we want to get rid of? Obviously Stuart's. We then make root seeds cost 0. In which case then we don't need draw because we make the root seeds cost 0. That's kind of not completely true, but you can, if you're not looking at getting huge hands, because we're just looking to get extra cycle through. Like we're not relying on the root seeds to scale for us. They're just sort of doing something. So it's a nice cheap -1. Oh, that is a big change. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So we do that. Yeah, I think capacity. I think we can take capacity. If it wasn't root seeds, like if it was rejuve, I think you take draw there. You can always permafrost on battering ram too, I think. That's interesting, hey. You don't... Or... Yeah, okay. It's kind of a strange one. If you use the battering ram to kill off a heavy, so that only one hits you or one hits the imp, and champ gets all the armor from it with no penalty. Like no getting hit penalty. Obviously you don't get rage, but we don't need to get hit all that much because of the deranged brute. so small amounts of rage are worth a lot. This is another kind of instance where tails can be interesting. There is also the brawler option. Since now, instead of... sure, we're not going to get 3 rage, but our rage is worth 5. So this normally is worth... like every hit is worth 6 damage. And whereas that one, every hit's worth 2 damage you're putting out, but multi. Whereas now it's worth 10. So that can be a good way of getting a lot of armor up as well. That's interesting. I never thought about doing that with Deranged Brute. There is also always the Wild Mutation option as well. Keeping in mind here, the first Wild Mutation doesn't add to... doesn't increase your attack. The first one is a survivability option, which if our damage is high enough, that's not a problem. So we'd need to play a second Wild Mutation to have a damage increase. Well, Brawler can both help and hurt with leaks. So Brawler helps with leaks once you've already raged up and ready to go, but it's slower to rage up and get ready to go. And it doesn't take much, because on one hit here... now, because we have Deranged Brute, that's where I think it might be more valuable. Because normally here, if we just pretend we've got 10 rage, right? So we'd have... let's say we've been hit twice. That's probably a better way to do it. And we have 6 rage. It'd be worth 12. We hit for 37. If we've been hit twice here, we have 4 rage. So each hit is 19. Right? So that's the point where on 2 hits, that's the point where Brawler does more damage. Okay, but if you're only killing one thing, because you know after the first few hits, you're still only killing a heavy. You're only getting 10 armor instead of 15, and it doesn't seem like much, but it can be. It comes depending on what's hitting you. Also, you start on less hit points, so you got a bit of a problem there at the start where you could die, and dying's bad. But because we have a Deranged Brute, being hit twice means that the 6 rage we get off here is worth, instead of being worth 2 each, it's worth 5 each. So it's an extra 30, so hitting for 55. Whereas the 4 rage there is worth 20, so hitting 35, so hitting for 70. And 70 after 2 hits is that's an extra 15 damage over 55. So and that's getting you to a point where you're potentially killing 2 things. Same hit points with additional armor? No, you get less armor. You get 10 armor per slay on this one. So you got to remember, you make the assumption being made that people usually do is, but if you kill 2 things, it's like, how are you killing the 2 things? You don't have any rage to start with. Okay, so if one enemy comes up first, you're only getting armor in both situations. So there's no magical fight where nothing hits you and they all have 1 hit point. You know what I mean? So that you can kill them both with this guy first. Right? It's always, and I think Brawler's always better. Not always. Brawler's usually better once they're both escalated. Except maybe in this situation. Hey Exploits, how you doing? So, and it also depends on what else is happening. We're playing with Awoken, so if we did get spikes to kill backline, you're now getting less armor because instead of getting 15 armor a slay from the backline, you're only getting 10. How do we deal with Gilded Wings when you're getting hit by both, and you're only getting 10 armor off both, and you're only killing one at the start, versus... It'd be depend if you go on and take Wrathful 2 afterwards. I don't think you'd take Brawler 2 afterwards. Yeah, that's true. There needs to be a third cosmetic upgrade, right? That's always there, that you can always take, which doesn't actually give you any stats, but like you said, maybe gives you a bowler hat or one of those the telescopic cigar holders. Brawler 2 seems bad. Well, you could always look at it from the reason you take Brawler 1, but Brawler 2 would help you deal with the third unit, and you wouldn't have leaks, right? Monocle, Angry Eyebrow, yep. And I think that's when people realize why they'd be like, yeah, but Brawler 2 doesn't help with the leaks. Like, well, I don't know, some lines have 3 units, you know. But it's the same sort of deal of going down from Wrathful 2 to a split. I think the biggest fear is the death. We do have multi-strike on the Deranged Brute, but we need to, and Fledgling. I think I have to just have trust in Wrathful. I don't think it's always as simple as just take the Wrathful. Brawler 2 definitely... Brawler and Reaper work well together. Like if you've got Reaper 1, taking Brawler 1 is very helpful. Unless you're going to One Hornet or Furnace Tap it. Hey Borzoi, you've arrived. Welcome. That then leaves us still with this problem of the permafrost or non-permafrost on the battering ram. To be able to play it, we'd also need to make it only cost 2. And then even there, it still sucks. I don't think we want to be upgrading any of these with plus 10, because we want to be able to play them on champ if we need to, and we don't want to be able to, we don't want to be punishing him. But I think it's just worth the... It's almost worth the reroll just to do that. How much of a problem is that? Okay, so that's worth 30 damage, right? So he goes to 55, and he goes to 40 times 2. I should have put a Rage 7 on him. Oh well. So that'll be 80. Which isn't quite enough. My champ gets hit twice, though. No, champ hits once. So 3 is another 15. So it's 60. So we killed that guy, but not that guy. Yeah. So he'll go to 40 damage each. Like, champ we 55. So we killed this guy. I'm just seeing if I can kill this guy as well, because I really don't want him getting through. So it comes down to whether I want to play on top or not. And I don't really want to. because of the main guy, but also, and this is the issue, is that Champ dying is bad, right? Oh, we do kill them both. How did that happen? He gets hit once. Oh, no, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. $70 and $40 is $110. Oh yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah, look at this. Moogle!
Pants arrive pants. I had an X-12 multi-strike robot last night with over 120 damage per hit. He was a good robot. Also, let's celebrate 16 months peppered Hor Pepe Sabers.
Yep, peppered Hor, peppered sabers. Let's celebrate. Thank you so much for the 16 months. Kevin with 12 multi-strike and 120 damage per hit. Good job, Kevin. So I can Vine Grasp and get Champ this kill. How close are we with it to getting this Slay? We can't hit Champ. We can bring Brute forward and then we get that Slay. We can bring this forward and we get that Slay. He leaks by a lot. $90. Okay. So at this stage now, the imps are really good chumpers because we don't need Champ hitting first. Or getting hit anymore. His rage is sufficient enough. Just take all the cards while I think about it. That's a good point. Branding Right's tough to play. I think we still can. We need a heal. You need to either get it early, or like you need to get it before enemies get to you. Why not Chomper? Well, there's other options, so we've got to think about all of them. Straight up, what does Chomper really do for us? Now, if we get Endless on Transcend Imp, that gives us 4 energy a turn, which is pretty good. Right, so that's a plus for Chomper. Oh, true, it'll be 8, but that's irrelevant, right? We're never going to make use of whether it's 7 energy. Although you're playing the Transcend Imp, so that costs 1. So whether you get 6 energy or 10 energy per turn to play with, really not going to use it all. And Flame -1 holdover. It's pretty slow. It's good, especially like the Rage gain is good. It gives us the flexibility. We can then put Rage on the Brute. You know, if we need Brute to catch up. Just get 10 things, says Chromo. That's true. That's true. Branding Rat feels like it should be 1 Ember since it already has a disadvantage of 5 damage. Maybe, but then you can use it. It's piercing, so you can use it to kill off enemies as well. Through armor. Plus, then you can double stack it as well. It makes it 40 armor. So 1 cost, 40 armor, 5 damage that's really strong. Which is what you used to do, is double stack it and -1 it, and then they went and broke double stack. So I mean, we have a battering ram we don't use, so we probably could use that with energy. Imps for chumps are also good. They're all good cards. Actually, what would have been best would have just been an armor bottle. That's what we need to get, is one of the armor bottles. And Flame is 20 attack and 5 armor. Yeah. Branding Right will also be... Branding Right will be like 25 attack and 20 armor, though. I can only brand with 6+ hit points throw. That's true. Tommy said trying to make a card useful on a deck instead pick a good card is a bad choice. I don't know if those are my exact words. Especially like good cards aren't always good cards. Sometimes they're not good. Yeah, Branding Right's definitely harder to play. I often feel sometimes if Branding Right was how to consume, it might be better. If you've got a heal, it's fine. We don't have heals. We could get a heal, which we probably kind of want anyway, but I don't want a combo. Like, Inflame is the simplest to play. Pyre Chomper probably does the most, like, straight up. And you play it once, and then hopefully you get benefits from it for the rest of the fight. Whereas Inflame can be multiple plays. We do get a Merchant of Steel, which leads into Pyre Chomper. However, then we got Unstable. We're probably going to want that one to get rid of Stews. And there's our magic if we did go Inflame. Would I want to Endless or Transcend Imp? Yeah, I put Rage Imp. And then it also, with after the Molting Imp, it deals with Shade Wings. So Transcend Imp can just block for Champ. Because he won't need to get hit for the Rage. That way he can just get blocked and then he can kill to get armor. And if that's the case, then we don't need Inflame. And both of them don't have priority draw. The question is, with the Chomper, are we going to make use of the energy? And I don't think we are. Except for maybe a Battering Ram, which is, you know, already pretty niche. Channel Song, potentially bad. Because we don't want the imps coming through at 2020. Does it matter if they block and stay alive? It does matter if the Transcendent blocks and stays alive. So Concussive Coals could hit a Lightwing that gets deposited, which is fine. Other than that, I don't want the Root Split Mask. I guess that's probably worth more than the 25 gold. It could possibly even save Champ. So that's pretty much the problem solved with that. It's not really endless or bust, but I think we want to aim for it more. I want spikes on this encounter. Relics can we get? Resonating Shard. Railhammer. Death for Deranged Brute. Depends how many hits he takes to kill stuff. Impsicle? Yeah, maybe. I mean, what do we have? We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 enemies. So, over 4 waves. So, on 4 waves, if he hits everything 3 times. And this is a sweeper. Four spikes. 12. Yeah, that's too much for him. That's a shame. going to be killing stuff like this, so he wouldn't have been hitting into it. It might have been a misplay. Yeah, we definitely could have done it. Oh. Hey, Kizron, how you doing, man? We should be torching Champ. What are we up there? Second in flame. -1s are easy to get. It's probably good as well, because then we can inflame, because there's a sweeper with Rage Fell. Hey, Dark Ivan. I've been well. How about you, man? So we can -1 2 of them. Or we can -1 1 of them. And dupe it. Or -1 2 of them and then -1 2 of them again. I think I want to hit the Unstable Vortex more. I don't think I need it to be 0 cost. I think 1 cost on 2 of them's better. Baby spikes. You need 2 sets of those or a spike relic. It needs to be the spike relic. Bee spokes. Do, 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 do. If you do endless the Transcendent, those spikes become useless. Although at that stage you probably don't worry about, you just inflame the multi-hitter. Or double stack -1. Double stack -1's not bad. So it just becomes a backup if you draw it first. I think you're still better off with the not taking the hit. No, I mean it's a 10 health gain. Yeah, okay. Don't endless the Transcendent then. If you don't hit double stack, then it doesn't matter, it's only one card. Play and throw away. Do we even -1 it since it's a consume? Not doing that. Okay. Take a free boss relic. Oh, now we take energy, right? We could even take draw. Probably still energy though. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, I like taking a draw even with root seeds, because all it takes is one turn with no root seeds and you're not drawing much next turn. And I would definitely prefer to play a root seed that would make it draw 11 on any turn in a fight, instead of having a turn where I only draw 5 because I never took draw. Battering ram kills off those guys too if we did it differently. Don't go up, Phil. One of the other options too, was to lift Fel, and then she couldn't have gotten that guy, and I think that would have been a better play. Rage. Hits him with another 3, he'll be on 5. Put him on 14. 12, 18. He's on 17, so he'd be left on 1. Although the armor, I think this is a weird distribution. Every 4 plays is an extra turn against Fel. Although I'd prefer for him to have it. Oh, that's tough. You disgust me, Fel. We're getting tough choices, but where they're all good options. I think, in the first set of 3, we know Branding Right's good. It just wasn't good enough. Reinforce. Need to have armor, and usually, once champ gets to that point, you're fine, right? But it can be good on a last turn, just to buy you those few extra turns to get the final kill. The problem with that is it's sitting in your deck for a whole fight. Now Permafrost makes it a bit more bearable, right? Mutation's good. One mutation is a a hit point ramp. When you've got a card where, like here, so basically all you're doing is you're taking the added rage, and then moving that to hit points, and the hit points are going to base damage. So your damage doesn't actually, your attack doesn't change with the mutation on the first one, but you get potentially a decent, couple hundred hit points change, right? Increased. A second mutation gives you a huge damage boost, but for this sort of what's happening, you don't need to play it. Mutation is better than Reinforce? Depends when you play it. I think for this type of champ, it usually is. With the reason being that you always have access to potentially get a Reinforce as Hellhorn because it's a Hellhorn card. So I think that's really good design. So Adaptive Mutation can be better in this situation. But then there's also the thing with Transcend Imp where maybe now we don't look for an Endless. We just take a second one. And then just play another one at some stage. It's another block, it's another rage hit. It's another set of molting explosions for the Shade Wings. That's a really strong reason, the molting explosion for the Shade Wings. The Adaptive Mutation needs to cover the Shade Wing problems, which it probably does. But again, it's another card that's you've got to hold on to it and play it later, which I think we can deal with. Battering Ram did a thing in that fight. We could have survived without it. Mutations, you're able to tank the Shade Wings? Maybe. So what happens when you draw a mutation on turn 3 and you don't have enough rage yet? You can't. And if you know what I mean? Whereas you can play it, usually you can play a Transcend Imp by that stage. Yeah, I think the weakest card is Reinforced too. I agree with that. Similarly, for the same sort of reasons that Branding Rights was the weakest in the last ones. I really like Reinforce as a card, but the more I play, the more I find times where it was usable to where I have it in games where I draw it and I'm like, can't play it yet. Draw it again, can't play it yet. And I'm thinking, man, if I hadn't taken this card, even if I didn't make one of the other picks, if I just skipped on it, I'd be drawing something else. And sure, there's times where you permafrost it and you just sit on it and sit on it, sit on it, and then at the last moment when there's already an X on Seraph's hit points, you play it to double your already large armor to ridiculously large armor. I can't remember exactly when, but I can think of one time where I played it on, I'm going to assume Champ. I don't even know what unit I played it on, but I played it on a unit that had less than 100 armor, and it saved me a turn, and then we managed to get through and get the win. And sure, it saved the day on that one, but again, if I hadn't drawn it, if we had something else in the deck instead, would we be in that situation where, halfway through a fight I was so badly in shape that it was close. I can't, I said it was less than 100 armor that I got from it, and I was left on very low health anyway, and we managed to get through. And other times I've had it, we've used it, we've played it either multiple times or played it at the perfect time and gotten an absurd amount of unnecessary armor. So at most we have 2 Merchants of Magics to do stuff with an Adaptive Mutation. If we need to do something with... And it comes at the cost of 1 Hellvent. 2 Hellvents. What are we duping anyway? What are we removing? At the stage we could almost remove the torches. I still wouldn't mind -1ing the root seeds. And that gives us all the draw we need to do stuff. Deranged Brute's got priority draw, so we don't need to dupe him. And because we're playing Imps out in front to block, the only potential maybe is to play a second one late, like once Champ's under control, and just drop him down to get the extra bonus 3 attack. But I think in that situation we've already won anyway. So is it worth a dead weight? Probably not. It could also just be in flame. Is the 5 armor worth much? No, it's a rage worth all that much. That's not bad on Brute, the extra rage. Honestly, think I'm just going Merchant Magics. So if we did that and just had a 0 cost Adaptive Mutation, or worst case a 1 cost, we could probably Hellvent it there. The second one's usually unnecessary, but having 2 that you can just throw away, so you can just throw away the first one, that can buy you some quick time. If you draw it at the perfect time, then it's... I think because of that we take draw. And we're going to -1 the other root seeds, I guess. We do have a single hidden passage. I guess that's worth it instead of taking the 25 gold. I think 25 gold's probably a greedy pick. I think just making it 1 cost is fine. That means I can just throw it away and play it. I'm gonna make the other root seeds a 1 cost. I want that armor gain. It's Big Bird and +8. +8's probably too much, hey? Especially with multi. Mutation makes Spike more useful. As in the Pyre Shards. How badly do I want that gold? I think I just want to ramp up here. Yeah, so like when you have 2 of them in the future, we just do that, right? On like turn 2 or 3 of the Seraph fight, and then we save the other one. In fact, I'll probably just do that now, and then we save the other one for later. Gotta remember though too, yeah. The first one is survivability. The second time you play it gives you a damage increase. And sometimes the first one doesn't give you much survivability. It doesn't look like much, especially if you've got a unit out the front that has a lot more base health than base attack. Okay, Spike's good here. It seemed like a reasonable change, didn't it? Not giving you the pleasure. Yeah, battering ram. I think battering ram needs to go. This is interesting. Makes Transcendent a lot better. Well, marginally. A lot versus marginally. It's a big flip-flop. Does it though? It's a meme? I don't think it's a meme. I think it can be very strong. I'm just wondering if important work is better. Probably not. I think Infinite Box falls in a good safety spot. I don't think it's a win more card. Either in the terms of actual win more or, you know, where we know that it actually gives you a chance to lose. I think it's a nice hedge. If we draw it first, we play it, and we get to see what imps. We might be able to use a Molting Imp to do something, or we get a Rage Imp from it, which would be great. Or even if we pick up an Armor Imp, you know. And if we get it late, the way the deck's built, we can, if we've got the energy that turn, we can just play it to consume it and then chuck an imp down anywhere. I don't think I want Quick on Champ. Quick on Champ can heal and can help in the double heavies, kind of. Not enough. Hey, Mattias, how you doing? Imp in a box can give a Transcend Imp. So we're sort of not looking to Endless the Transcend Imp. It could be a dupe on something. I think we just remove some cards, get some money, make some more 0 costs. Let's get rid of this battering ram. It's done. It did exactly one thing, and we could have used it unnecessarily a couple other times. We don't really need to dupe the mutation. I was thinking about that when we played it. The most we're going to get out of the mutation, what I think the mutation is going to be the most helpful is sort of maybe like turn 2 or 3, maybe even turn 4, after we've gotten a bit of rage, just dumping it to get a big health boost. Because before Champ gets rolling and before we get everything else happening, he's got a hit point issue. And we don't need the second one for the damage boost, because once you get to that stage, you're already in line to kill everything in Seraph anyway. Just because Champ sort of scales by... the longer you can keep this Champ in the fight, the more he's going to scale. Otherwise he just dies. And it's not like you get to turn 5 or 6 and die with this Champ. Like, that's really unlikely. Usually if you've made it that long, you're in command and you're killing everything and he's going up in armor and it's all over. No, torches, I really like the torches as a nice safety. They pair well with Vinegrasp for that 5 damage number on the Shadewings, and they're really good for champs. If you just need to give him a couple quick hits. It's like one of the times that I'm not actually all that excited to see Split Anvil. Pyre Shards? A one-time play for Split Anvil? That's potentially a reroll. And if we do hold over and inflame. In the 4 rage is 20 damage. Hold over torch is a better accelerant. That's weird. Actually, I like the jackstrips here. Holdover puts it on the top of your deck if you play it next turn. Yeah, holdover root seeds for an extra draw. That's not how that works. Because your holdover costs you a draw. So all you're doing is, if you hold over a root seeds, all you're doing is getting a free, like if you hold over a 0 cost root seeds, all you're doing is getting a free 2 attack every turn. It's not very strong. Jackstrip seems to be like an unnecessary failsafe. It could be a necessary failsafe since we don't have anything very offensive here. It puts Shadewings on the top floor on 1 health, which means that I can kill them with any single spell card if we need to. Shadewings are going to die to spikes anyway because I double stacked it. Otherwise, yeah, that's one of the best times that Jackstrips is really good. If you've got like 2 or 3 Pyre Shards in your deck that you haven't done anything to, it means you only have to draw 1 of them. It's that's a really good pairing. 1 Pyre Shards and Jackstrips. Hey, Arrow. I think it's pretty much a done deal. So something like Jackstrips, it might feel unnecessary, but I think it covers probably the one way we die, and that is not having anything to do with the Shade Wings like in 4 turns, which is really unlikely. But like I said, it's the last thing that could possibly kill us here, apart from me misplaying. And honestly, I think just doing this is good enough. Oh, Arrow, don't be like that. Just remember, they're not expert challenges. They're about as... The difference between winning those and winning a regular C25 is like playing slot machines. Some of them are you can sort of manufacture some design beforehand, and some of them are fair-ish, but most of them are did you high roll into a good combo at the start. Round, yep. So the best way to deal with round is a setup that lets you take just one large unit per floor. And if you can chump, like if you can do it with imps so that you can place them in a way to chump block. So like large stone, Omega Fiends, or Alpha Fiends, sorry, are really good. Large stone sharks, or either that, or you go like you hit the 5 times dupe on things like large stone Celias, quick Celias. You know, it's yeah. I really think that they missed the mark by making them Covenant 25. I think if they just made them, yeah, I think we can get rid of 1 torch here. I think if they'd just made them just something to get through, maybe Covenant 1, right? I don't know. What's even the point? You're trying Primordium and Awoken Animus Multi-Strike. Not bad. The Billion Blight cards. Yeah, I think I got a Dante with that one. I wonder how Wildenton, not Wilden, Solgard, the cold version with Wildwood Saps goes with round. Because you just play him and all the Wildwood Saps you can put on him. We're probably going to leak that guy. You just keep re-rolling at the start. You pick your combination if you have a plan, you just keep hitting this button until you get the bonus, the starting cards you want, and the Seraph you want. So I can force up a Shade Wing. Which means we can kill it next turn. I wonder, since he's dazed, if I should have set up here and forced him up, we would have got armor straight away. The other option is I can just play the Vine Grasp, which will kill it. Comes down to whether I think if we get spikes next turn or not. What do I think for round? Soul Guard? I don't know. Soul Guard could be interesting. I did the most recent 5 that came out just with Soul Guard. I did the exact same strat. Oh, that's right. If I send him, he's going to get dazed anyway. Yeah, that's the best point. Then I don't need Divine Grasp on him. So there's armor straight up. Oh, as round spells don't target, that could be an issue, yeah. So will I have spikes in 2 turns? I will. Alright, so we're guaranteed to spike these ones. Because it's only this one here and he's dying, so there's no point playing the Molting Imp. So may as well do something like that. And that. So we could almost not play the Molting Imps since we're going to get spikes in time. And these will just be dead weights. Also, we're not getting this kill. I want to get this kill. Can I get this kill? So we are getting that kill, are we? Yeah. You can tell we're getting this kill because of that. So I think, though... Okay, if I hit Champ one more time, we go to, what, 135? 146, right? And then I can kill that off. And we... Yeah, well, that's good, that's fine. Yeah, I should have checked the imps first. And we're going from being dead to gaining 45 armor. I'm just going to play this now because don't have any reason to hold on to it. Spike Slay. The biggest thing on the Spike Slay though is that these guys only hit you once. So they only do 15 and you gain 10. Yeah, so we don't want to play the imps at all. Yep, if you gain more armor than the damage they do to you. This was the only thing that could have been an issue. Because I haven't been raging him, which is my mistake. I've been putting root seeds on him, but I should have been hitting him with the inflames. Maybe I should put an inflame on him instead of... Yeah, if I'd put a single inflame on him, we'd be killing that. Not bad though. So we want these guys swapped around. $40 damage is fine. 1/3, 46. It's worth 15 difference. He's going to go down to 131. Oh, I could have killed that. Oops. I only needed to hit it once, too. Yeah. I saw that too late. It's because he's dazed. Oh, do I have any more Transcend Imps? I didn't get a second Transcend Imp, so I can play the Molting Imps. Oh, I can't. They die. They kill it. They kill something. Yeah, if I sended the Shadewing, I could play it. That is true. Although we're in the clear, right? Yeah, 162,207 armor. Woo! I could let Seraph win. That is true. Ain't cool. Yeah, chonky champ. He certainly gets that way.